work sessions, because they can only hire one faculty counselor to be on the entire team.
What is,
My school schedule's like 8
want?
or 7
It's that man.
So I'm out by 2 out on the trip. But during the winter,
If you got credit, he's pretty tenacious.
8 to 5. Really? So then I have to drive 5 p.m. from Santa Monica.
At least 45 minutes.
And like right here it has I forgot how bad it is.
Why did they put it there? Hey, how do people do this every day?
Like I truly appreciate like my schedule right now. I'm like so stressed out right now, just over an hour. Just
Flyers like that?
and like
The flyers with the
we have some people who are supposed to go and they're slow, so they don't go. And people who are cutting in front of other
Maybe it's just
people,
slow.
they're not hungry. You know, it's just
What time do you normally get up to get there at 6?
14th, 2020 regular meeting of the Hawthorne City Council is called to order with all members present. I'm going to ask Neil Gaffney to do the invocation today, please. He knows why I'm asking him. It's a good reason. We will be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by Mr. Peter Yu.
Thank you, Mayor. Please rise. I would ask all of us fortunate to be at this meeting today to be thankful for both the new year, the direction we are going as a city, our own personal achievements and families over the past year and the upcoming year. And I sincerely thank the entire city for the support they have rendered me, and I will deeply miss everybody here in Hawthorne. Thank you, Lord, and bless us as a city council and community.
Mr. Peter Yu, the Pledge of Allegiance, sir. Okay, I'm going to ask Ronnie to please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Ronnie, please. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Right. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Mr. Yu, even though in spirit there. All right, guys, let's get started. Councilmember Haydar Awad has a presentation on the agenda. Donate for Life, Jim and Carrie Holland. Is that still the case? Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. If I can have Carrie and Jim Holland please come up. If you guys don't remember, Jim and Carrie Holland are Donate for Life and One Legacy ambassadors. And they're in charge of the Donate for Life parade float that goes in the Rose Parade each and every year. As they've been doing this for 5 years, I kind of wanted to honor them for everything they've done, especially when it comes to organ donation and things of that nature and helping out all these families. So I just wanted to read this first, and then we'll go into everything else. Be it known to all assembled here and others who behold these present, that formal expression has been made as evidenced by this document, a proclamation honoring Carrie and Jim Holland. Whereas as One Legacy ambassadors, you deliver the message of organ, eye, and tissue donation across 4 California counties. And as both a donor family and a recipient family, you inspire others in our community to become donors, thus creating a legacy for life. And whereas you have dedicated hours of volunteer time speaking at high schools, the California Department of Motor Vehicles, and incorporated cities in the South Bay, sharing the gift of life. And whereas you tirelessly share the gift of life to the world by bringing awareness of organ and tissue donation through your work on the Donate Life Rose Parade float. And therefore, the Hawthorne City Council formally recognizes Carrie and Jim Holland for your dedication to organ donation and support to the city of Hawthorne, proclaimed this 14th day of January 2020.
All right, thank you.
if you can kind of give a little background on what the float theme was for this year, and if there was any like world records that on like the impressions that were broken this year compared to last year.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council members, and city staff. First of all, I'd like to say that Carrie and I are truly honored to be recognized with this proclamation this evening as Year One Legacy Ambassadors. The float this year was a very unique design, lightness in the darkness. It highlighted 44 fluorographs of donors who were recognized, and their fluorographs were depicted on the float. Our float this year did win an award, the Judges Award, I'm sorry. The Princess is like the best one, but we got the second one, the Judges Award. We're very proud because of the effort that hundreds of volunteers, we have people from the city come down and see some of the first look of the float. We truly appreciate the effort that you all have given us in supporting us in this effort. Carrie and I, as mentioned in the proclamation, are very passionate about going out and spreading the word of organ, eye, and tissue donation. As was stated, I am a recipient. I received a liver transplant in 2011. And after that point, I wanted to give back for the help and support that I had received in my transplant journey. Carrie is also a donor sister. Her brother passed away very unexpectedly and was able to donate 2 kidneys and save 2 lives. As was mentioned in the proclamation, just awareness for people to realize that they have the chance to save and enhance many lives through being a registered organ, eye, and tissue donation. Once again, Carrie and I are very honored to receive this, and Mayor and City Council and all the residents of Hawthorne, we truly wish all of you a healthy, happy, and prosperous 2020, and look forward to seeing you again as we prepare for next year's Rose Parade float and continued with your excellent support. We both thank you very much.
Yes, absolutely.
Does it look like it? Do you have a list?
I don't even know what they're talking about. He told me to talk to you. Oh, yeah.
He just told me just now that he wants to basically do everything tonight, but I don't have the list.
All right.
Do you have the list?
Yeah, I have it somewhere. I can
Yeah.
find it.
He said he wants to do it this week.
I don't know if I can find it that fast, but I'll try.
Should be a good one. Sure. Yeah, hopefully.
We're gonna be towards the end anyway. Oh, okay. All right.
All of a sudden. Huh? Oh, wow. Okay. Please take a seat. We waiting for everybody to take a seat, please? All right, thank you. All right, so let's go on to oral communications.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Councilmember Watt, for that. Okay, oral communication, sir.
During oral communication, speakers shall have 3 minutes to state their business. The Brown Act prohibits the City Council from providing a detailed response or acting upon any items not contained on the agenda. The governing bodies as a body shall have the discretion at the close of oral communications to refer your remarks to the city manager for study, investigation, report, and/or recommendation.
All right. Alfred Konua. And please correct me if I pronounced your last name.
Oh, that's good.
Correct?
That's how it's
Okay.
pronounced. Okay, my name is Alfred Kunowa. In 2019, I purchased my first home and am now a proud resident of the city of Hawthorne. Buying a home is among the chief highlights of my life, and it has mostly been a positive experience. However, much like the city of Hawthorne itself, there remains room for improvement. A homeless community on the other side of our fence has been illegally camping with limited action from law enforcement. There's a sign designed to enforce Section 602 of the Penal Code. It reads, "State property. No trespassing, camping, loitering, or littering for any purpose is strictly forbidden. Violators will be prosecuted." Unfortunately, this sign is located on a weak chain link fence with no lock, a wide open door, and for good measure, homeless tenants have illegally used bolt cutters to make a hole that ironically I could fit my house through. The reality is, despite your adorable little sign, there is trespassing, there is camping, and unfortunately it gets much worse. My community holds monthly HOA meetings, and 3 of the 4 houses in our community have a bird's eye view to the activity that goes on over the fence. Each month, there have been increasingly alarming reports of trespassing, loitering, littering, violence and fistfights, masturbation, sexual activity, non-consensual sexual activity, racial epithets, and starting wild campfires next to our wooden fence, just to name a few. Police have been called on multiple occasions to address these concerns to no avail. The time has come for the city of Hawthorne itself to make a real effort to reinforce a law that holds no water on its own merits. The penal code simply isn't enough. The reality is, when you're homeless and you live on the outside of society and you have nothing to lose, and a sign will do nothing to stop you from survival by any means necessary. A, because statistically and unfortunately, many homeless individuals suffer from mental illnesses that prevent them from comprehending anything, let alone a penal code. And B, threatening to send somebody to jail for breaking a law works for people like you and I, but it simply isn't a worst-case scenario for somebody without a roof over their head. I do empathize with anybody faced with the unimaginable pain of homelessness, but the city can no longer remain negligent given the increasingly dangerous and violent activity that exists as a direct contradiction to the laws it puts in place. There needs to be physical, albeit peaceful, reinforcements to this law. Planting cactus, reinforced steel, locks, and barbed wire, just to name a few solutions that will proactively prevent a volatile homeless community from imploding or, given their wild campfires, exploding, much to the chagrin of a community in the midst of a redevelopment and much to the chagrin of how this would impact your own agenda for this community. Hawthorne is a city of good neighbors, a slogan that holds true among our friendly community of brand new homes. However, it has become the city of unwanted neighbors. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming, and I really appreciate it. First of all, we got to really establish, and I understand, and we're going to facilitate reaching out to Caltrans, because this is a Caltrans, a California state property. So we got to establish that first of all. And every single time you guys come up here or give us a call, we still go out and try to enforce and try to make sure that we get Caltrans people and CHP sheriffs to come and clear the property. It's not even the Hawthorne Police Department's full responsibility. But I think we have a statewide problem with homelessness. Every community, including the beach cities, have a problem with homelessness. Our neighboring cities and all the little fancy neighborhoods, they're starting to so I agree with you. There's a big problem, and we sympathize with all the people that are going through this. It's expensive rent. Property values are going up high, so we have to do something to be able to help the people. And one of our things that we've done is the homeless veterans project that we have. But thank you, sir. And
His address.
Through the
we have the
chair.
address right here.
The address.
Can we
What's
get
the
the address?
address?
Okay, is this what you refer to?
It's.
Okay,
Is it okay if I
Can
say
you just- can you just tell your
11445?
address right now, please?
I'm sorry?
Which address are you talking about?
Hawthorne, 11445, the one
Yeah, I
he's
got it
talking
here.
about.
We
Yeah.
don't want to really. Yeah, we want to keep it as private as possible. But here we got it. I'll give it to him.
Okay. all right,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, there's a big problem. This state's kind of selling it off to China and all these people. Is causing a big mess for us.
And to the mayor, we had the Hawthorne task force is doing the best
Yes,
also. So we got
absolutely.
2 task force that working, the Hawthorne one and the South Bay Cog homeless task force that we're dealing with the issue
Absolutely. And they wake up like at 5 in the morning and go out and talk to these people and help them every single day. So obviously can't cover every single spot, but you know, that spot is on notice now. Thank you, sir. One more time. Mr. City Attorney, did you talk to Mr. Peter Yu? Okay, Mr. Peter Yu, do you still want to come up?
You want me to speak?
I mean, he's going to talk to you tomorrow if that's okay with you.
No,
Yeah.
you don't want me to talk now?
No, it's your right to talk. It's just that
okay.
what you were going to
I'll be
ask us
brief.
is he's going to talk to you tomorrow about this
Thank you for
issue.
letting me talk.
But yeah,
I've been coming back to the council meeting since July for one purpose, to bring affordable housing here, because this is the workers' town. We have workers, but don't have to drive long way home and a long way back here to work. If we have affordable housing here, they can live right next door without driving, leave the car at home. How would that change the city? There's no more street parking, right? There's no more traffic, right? The rent will be 1/2. What will happen to the life? That'll be wonderful, right? And right now it's a heavy burden on them. The commerce will up, so I believe that cost. That's why I keep coming back. So far, I have submitted 4 proposals to City Council. No answer until tonight. I heard a message say this, the mayor want to see me tomorrow. What an honor! What a good news! Citizen of Hawthorne. I think I will bring good news to you in next council meeting. Maybe this council want to do something. The city is a progressive anyway, by the way, my assessment. The city is the most progressive in the United States. You know why I know it? Because I contact many cities. I know their attitude. Well, maybe I found one who is real progressive. That's this gentleman. They will bring affordable housing to you, every one of you, at half cost. The condition is you must work here. If you don't work here, you work out of town, it's their responsible to have affordable housing for you. If you work here, you have the right to have a house here, home here, and walk to work, walk to everything, park a car at home, forget about it. The street will be clean. Okay, that's my purpose. What up to the mayor, whether give you good news or not, I will see him tomorrow. By the way, what will be, can you name a time and place? I will meet you.
Mr. City Attorney, what time is that meeting going to take place? Yeah, so that meeting, just to clarify,
What time?
I'm instructing him. He's going to be my
Okay,
surrogate. He's going
okay.
to be my surrogate.
I'm waiting for your instruction in a minute.
Just remember,
you.
we don't own any properties. What we did was use a property that we owned on a Cordary for veterans housing. So that's a first step. I hope you can appreciate that. So now we're going to talk about what your proposal is and see if it's something that could be realized, okay?
Okay,
Thank you.
all right.
Thank you, Mr. Yu. Thank you for coming, and thank you for your passion for our city. Gordon Michael Migo?
Hello, everyone. Gordon Michael Migo, native and resident Hawthorne since October the 8th, 1952. I wish everyone here, there, and everywhere a very happy new year in the year 2020. I hope that everyone had an enjoyable and safe time during the Christmas season, and family, friends, and others. During the year 2020, we must push forward on major efforts to make the city of Hawthorne a premier destination point and a great place in the South Bay region of Los Angeles County. We must capitalize on economic opportunities to achieve results in the city of Hawthorne, especially in the downtown area, in following ways. Hawthorne Renaissance Plaza. On the site of a revitalized mall will provide shopping, dining, entertaining, relaxing, and other activities on the site there for the people in the city of Hawthorne and beyond in other cities in the region. Hospital. on the site of the former RFK Medical Center. Must provide a full range of healthcare services to the people in our city and the region. And doing so, we can accomplish these with a public-private partnership. We can do so by working together and combining various resources that are on the public and private levels in our society. And it is out there. We just need to put together a task force that will address these two major things here about the mall and the hospital, and bring together a lot of people with various means and ways of accomplishing these goals. And to that end, I look forward to working with all of you in that regard. And once again, a happy new year.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mr. City Attorney, do we have those materials yet for that next stage? Right after oral committee? We don't have it? Okay, I just want to make sure we do that right after this. That's all. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir, for filling that out. Mr. Alfred Konua, thanks again. Okay. All right. So anybody else wishing to address the city? Oh, Patricia Donaldson. I'm so sorry.
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and City Council. Patricia Donaldson, Presidency of the Hawthorne Chamber of Commerce. First of all, I want to speak on our Christmas party and the Christmas giveaway and food giveaway. It was phenomenal. It was the best ever in all the years that I've been here doing it in Hawthorne. We had our City Councilman Hadar there. We had our City Treasurer David there. And the chief, he outdid himself by sending Robbie over and the police department, so the kids were able to go into the police cars and have some fun. And Robbie gave out $10 bills to about 100 teenagers, because we really don't get toys for the teenagers. So the teenagers were very happy. They were first a little nervous when we said, go over to Robbie, see that man in the police uniform? And they were sort of a little hesitant, but they went over there, and Robbie gave all of them $10 each. So that was fantastic. The fire department was there, and McDonald's gave us 200 Happy Meal certificates, so the fire department gave those out to the families, and they were very happy. So the fact that the police department, fire department was involved this time was phenomenal with Hadar and David. I don't know who else came, but I'm sorry if I missed you. Okay, so then thank you so much. The state of the city is February 27th. We're running out of tables, so if you want to sponsor the mayor's luncheon for the city, we need you to be there. It starts at 11. Well, registration's at 11, and getting together and taking pictures with the mayors at 11:30, and then it starts promptly and sharply at 12 noon. And the last thing is the chamber is moving because the management company doesn't want to renew our lease, and we've been there 21 years. So it's been very hard on us, but we're moving to Hawthorne Boulevard, to 13335 Hawthorne Boulevard, directly across the street from Pizza Show.
Oh.
Pizza Show. And that's where we're going to be starting March. This is February 1st. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Anybody else wish to address the city council? Go ahead, sir. Anybody else? Right now's the time to form a line.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, sir. Hi.
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and Council. My name is Juan Portillo. I'm an intern with the City Clerk's Office, and on Monday, January 20th, will be the federal holiday, Martin Luther King Day. But this is not a day off, this is a day on. I would like to invite the council and the community to MLK Martin Luther King Day Community Cleanup. This will be from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., and we will be cleaning near the Hawthorne Middle School and Washington Elementary School. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else wishing to address the city council? No? Okay, that's surprising. It's usually like a lot of people. All right. No one else? Okay. Oral communication is closed. So ordered. All right, let's take a look. Let's see what we have. Mr. Clerk, can you please read your consent calendar?
Yes, I can. Mr. Mayor, I have 6 items on my consent calendar. for your approval. Item 6, approval of City Council minutes for the regular meeting of December 10th, 2019. Item 7, approval of waiver of full readings of resolutions and ordinances on tonight's agenda. Item 8, City Treasurer requests approval of the warrants. Item 10, Resolution Number 8159, Resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne authorizing the issuance of special tax refunding bonds related to the City of Hawthorne Community Facilities District 200-6-1, 360 degrees at South Bay, approving and directing the execution of a fiscal agent agreement and approving other related documents and actions. Item 11, Resolution Number 8161, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, accepting donation of a Dream Corps and related improvements at Holly Park, located at 2058 West 120th Street by the Nancy Lieberman Charities. Item number 12, Resolution Number 8162, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, providing for the terms and conditions of employment of those employees represented by the Hawthorne Police Officers Association according to the provisions of the Hawthorne Municipal Code, and authorizing the interim city manager to execute HPOA Memorandum of Understanding for adoption.
Move to approve.
Second. Moved and approved. Please vote, everyone.
The vote reflects mayor and city council voting yes.
Can you please move on to ordinances, please?
Yes, I can. Ordinances number 2195, first reading. An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, enacting Municipal Code Section 2.41 regarding Reserve Police Officer Program for introduction.
I move to introduce. Mr. City Manager, can we have your consent calendar, please, sir?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have items 16 through 18 for your approval tonight.
60 through 18? Okay. I make
Motion.
Would somebody like to second that other than myself?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded here and here.
Montero.
Okay,
By Valentine.
please vote.
The vote reflects mayor and city council voting yes.
Mr. City Attorney.
We just have one item. It's a claim by Yoni Solis, and we're recommending that the city council deny the claim.
Okay. I make a motion on the city's recommendation.
Second.
Please vote.
That was seconded by Taeda. Perfect.
Yeah.
The vote reflects mayor and city council voting yes.
Okay, folks. Mr. City Attorney, so I'm going to do one of these appointments today, reorganization, and when we come back after a closed session, we'll do the rest of them when we get like the list of all the other commissions, so that everybody has an opportunity to look at it. But I'd like to, so the reorganization of council, I'd like to start off by thanking Mayor Pro Tem Valentine for helping us out, like being my backup, whenever I can't make it to something, or just, being there with me, backing me up in person. It's I really appreciate everything you do. So thank you so much for your year of service. And I'd like to go ahead and nominate Alex Montero for the Mayor's Pro Tem's position for the next year. Do I have a second for that?
I second it.
Okay, Mr. Tayeda seconded that. Can everybody please vote? Don't be shy. All right.
The vote reflects mayor and council members voting yes.
So, really counting on you to back me up. And I know there's no question as to how you're going to be able to contribute in this position. So I really thank you for accepting. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
And I just wanted to note one thing is that previously this position was kind of more of a, it was political. People used to hold on to it like 2 years at a time, and 3 and 2, and I came up with the decision, like in my mindset, I said, I think it should rotate so that everybody gets an opportunity. I mean, we have a council member, Valentine, who had it a year. We have the current Mayor Pro Tem Monteiro. And then ideally, we'd have an opportunity for Councilmember Tayera to serve as the Mayor Pro Tem after November. And then if Councilmember Hawad is with us, then it'll go rotate to him. And then it'll start rotating through the whole group. Because everybody needs to have a chance, and we need to make it as apolitical a position as possible. Don't you guys all agree?
Agree.
And
Yes.
it just gets messy. I think we're doing a lot of great things, taking that political aspect out of it. Okay?
And we all have one vote.
Yeah, we all have one vote. Yeah, it's essentially. So everybody has their form. We're gonna actually do the positions for the different groups, and we're gonna go down them. I mean, I know I kind of want to keep my positions, but as we go through these, if anybody would like to just cede the position to somebody else, just go ahead. So I'm going to start off with the Centinela Youth Services. How are you guys with these positions? Councilmember Watt?
Yeah, I'd like to continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll keep as is. I mean, we give you deference to keeping it. I like to stay on with the City Selection Committee. I like to just have one alternate. Who would that be?
Well, I can do that.
Are you talking about
You're willing to give it to Taylor? For sure? Okay, it's up to you. Or if you guys really just prefer just having both as backup.
I mean,
Okay.
I have no problem.
Okay, Taylor.
Okay.
County Sanitation District. This one is, I need a backup on this one for sure. Would you like to do that, or would you like to do
I'll
that?
maintain it if you like. I mean, I thought that
You've
I
been good?
thought that the mayor pro tem was supposed to be
Yeah,
There's-
because it must be the mayor.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to keep that kind of as the guide, are you willing to give
That was my, yeah, that
Okay.
was my understanding, that the mayor had to be the
I'll be
delegate.
your
And
alternate.
Okay.
Mhm.
Alex Monteiro for the alternate position? Right. Independent, I like to stay on as the ICA delegate. Who would like to, you would like to continue?
I'll continue with that.
So we keep as is. Independent City Risk Management, the ICRMA. Do you still like that? I know you
Yes.
like that one, right? That one's a big one. You get to see like what we're exposed to and like what our liabilities are, right?
right.
All right. And Allison Stevens is going to be your representative from the City Attorney's Office, Mr. Miyahira?
Yes, and Christine is also the second alternate as well.
Okay, it's Christine. What is her last name? How do you spell her last name?
Tomikawa, Tomikawa.
Okay, got it. Christine, right, got it. For League of California Cities, the LA County Division, are you,
I'd like
stay
to.
on that.
I'd like to.
would you guys
stay,
like
yeah.
to stay? The South Bay COG, I know you've been doing it for a while. Is anybody else interested in doing this? I'm not saying that nobody's talked to me or anything. I
No,
just
I
want to say, is anybody else kind of dying to have this, that they want to talk to their colleagues here? Okay, so we'll keep as is?
Keep it.
Okay.
All right, cool. I mean, I'm just saying, or else it sounds like it's up.
The commitment on the
Yeah.
fourth Thursday of the month.
Okay,
And
That's
because
one.
also Miss Valentine's going to be the next chairman.
oh no, yeah, but it wouldn't make sense to like change that up. The South Bay Regional Public Communications Authority Boards of Directors, are you, what, stay it? Oh, no, then we ought to keep it like that then. Mr. Monteiro, you want to be the alternate?
Sure.
Have you been called on for that?
Nope.
No? Okay, so, but. The SCAG, Southern California Association of Governments, Executive Committee. Are you good with that still?
Yeah, no, listen, you're the alternate.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll keep it as is, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'd like to interject something here. There's
Yes.
going to be some movement on SCAG because the policy committee is going to be elected, and that's elected through the COG for the policy committee of the SCAG. Up to now, it's been Dan Medina who has represented both Hawthorne and Gardena, and there will be an election to elect someone, and I will bring the information to you so that someone from this this body can volunteer to well, not volunteer, but you'll sit for election at the COG to be the official delegate for the district.
Well, Councilmember Awad or Tayeda could just go, since they're part of that body.
That's fine. I'm just
to
saying,
cast the vote,
I
right?
will bring the information, and then they can decide how they want to handle it.
Okay. But that's distinct from the executive committee.
Correct.
All right,
It's the policy committee. That
Right.
is correct.
cool. Sounds good. The West Basin Water Association Board of Directors. Anybody, are you guys enjoying that one? Talking
Yes,
about
I'd like
water?
Yes.
Stay.
Yeah.
Yes.
The MTA Metro South Bay City Service Council. How do you guys feel about that, and how has that been going? Is it constant? Is it often? Which is okay because we're ready to go when they're calling us, right? Okay. So we're on call, and we'll keep it like that, right? Councilmember Wood? All right. The Clean Power Alliance.
I'll continuing.
Okay. I remember Council Member Angie English was a big proponent of that, so kudos to her on that. But now you're gonna be the,
I've been there for a year.
and then you've been on there too.
Yeah.
Of course,
and I have-
you're being a big
I have
proponent.
some reports.
Okay, so we just want to acknowledge one of our former council members
And
for
now
something
probably
nice you
Doug,
did too.
Doug Kraus not going to be there, right?
Doug Kraus,
Frank is Frank.
Frank Fing. So we strike Doug Kraus. So this one's taken care of. Excuse me. LA County West Vector Control District. Are you guys good with that?
Yes.
All right. For the LAX Advisory Committee, I'd like to just suggest that we keep Councilmember Valentine and Mr. Mario Chiappe. They're advocates and proponents for the city on this. Are you guys good with that?
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. The Community Network Committee, the secretary is Mr. Guido Fernandez. I don't think there's any need to upset that. But the council representative, do you want to keep that?
I'd like to stay on it, but I do need an alternate because there are some times when I cannot come, and this coming meeting will be one of those times when I won't be able to attend.
That's the airport?
Yeah,
airport.
our airport, yes.
Yeah. I'll be your alternate since I live on the flight pad.
Oh,
Okay.
But you're not supposed to pick any boxing gloves, okay? You're supposed to be nice. All right. Anybody else?
Yeah.
All right. I think we covered it. If Mr. City Clerk, I marked this up. If you want to just double check, can you pass that?
Sure.
Just if you, I know you took notes, but if you want to double check on mine. Appreciate it. All right, folks. So thank you and congratulations once more, Mayor Pro Tem
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Montero, and thank you once again, Mayor Pro Tem Emeritus
Thank you.
Olivia Valentine.
My pleasure.
All right, so what do we have here? We have item number 24, which is a closed session. Look, what I'll do is let everybody just go ahead and do their reports. Let's see if we can do this brief. So we'll just do the reports for the city council because everything else is just gonna be closed door. And so the community and people out on cable land can hear what the reports are for the people without having to wait for all these other closed sessions. Okay, Mr. City Treasurer, David Patterson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to wish everybody a happy new year. Great to see everybody. Thanks for participating in the process. Look forward to seeing you all in 2020.
Thank you, sir. Mr. City Clerk.
Yeah, I just have 3 items. First of all, yeah, thank you for being here, for being committed to our city. So thank the public. First, the city clerk's office co-hosted a voting solutions for all town hall with Delta Sigma Theta sorority on January 11th. So I just want to thank everyone who showed up. Second, this is an FYI to those neighbors who didn't attend our workshop on Saturday. Our sister cities, Gardena and Torrance, will also be hosting workshops updating people on the new voting process on January 16th and the 21st. And that information is on our city website and also on Nextdoor. So everybody here, people listening at home and everyone here, there truly is a lot of changes going on, and we're providing you as many opportunities as possible to learn about the new voting process. And the last announcement is just an echo from what Juan stated earlier. The following announcement is for our neighbors who want to do something for our community on MLK Day. On Monday, January 27th, MLK Day, the city clerk's office is going to host a cleanup day from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. In order to volunteer, we're asking residents to sign up via our link on Facebook, Nextdoor, or call our office and let us know if you want to volunteer at 310-349-2918. We need neighbors to let us know ahead of time if they want to volunteer, because we need to purchase enough gloves, trash bags for everybody. We'll be cleaning up the areas between Hawthorne Middle School and Washington Elementary. If the cleanup is successful, we hope to focus on other areas of Hawthorne. Mayor, council members, and all city employees, you're all welcome to join us that day. So again, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So if you have the day off and you're kind of hanging out, you can come and help out our community. So again, thank you for being here and Happy New Year.
Mr. Clerk, can you verify the date? You said January 27, but the
20th.
The 20th, okay,
Yeah.
because you said the 27th.
Oh, you did.
No, you just can't hear me.
No, you said the
I'm just messing
27th. Look, he was having his hand up like there. Like,
I'm gonna look at the
Hey.
minutes. I wanna listen to the
Hey,
minutes.
don't talk to the mayor pro tem like that.
Oh, now he's a pro
I
temp, so
got
have to watch-
witness. I got
watch
witness.
myself.
But even your intern was, her hand was like going like,
January, I'm sick.
Uh-huh.
Come on, help me out here. I'm sick.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, Mr.
The
City Clerk.
20th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think that's a great idea, by the way, and I just want to congratulate you for doing that. So where do we go on January 20th? I would like to participate.
So, but you are going to go to the middle school. That's where it is. But if you could please sign up. Basically, once people sign up, we're going to send them details. We're doing it that way just because we don't want too many people to just show up, and then we don't have enough gloves for them. So, again, please sign up via Facebook or Nextdoor. And I just want to commend, again, our interns, because our interns are the ones that are really leading all these efforts. So I just think it's great what Juan's doing, and Sarah. We have another intern named Marissa and Josh. So these are just young people coming in and volunteering their time. So I really appreciate their efforts.
Thank you, Mr. City Clerk. Council Member Hadar Awad.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to thank everyone for coming out, wishing everyone a Happy New Year's, and for a grateful 2020. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Council Member Olivia Valentine.
Thank you, Mayor. So with the Hawthorne Business Expo, we are in the final planning stages of the Hawthorne Business Expo. It is January 29th at the Memorial Center from 2:30 to 6:30. We have so many features to benefit your business, including an inspiring panel discussion and a wonderful networking opportunity through the more than 60 exhibitors who have signed up to attend. I want to highlight our breakout sessions, which will be held from 4:15 to 5:15 p.m., because we have real experts in areas that businesses need to thrive and expand. Areas such as financing your business, protecting your business from cybercrime, how to build an attractive and dynamic website, how to have a great social media presence, and how to find resources to benefit your business at no cost to you. Remember, this great event is free to attend. We do ask, however, that you register so that we can keep account of who's coming. And the registration place is hawthornebusinessexpo.com. I want to also comment on something I did last Sunday, January 12th. I had the pleasure of joining the Holly Park Little League for an inspiring discussion called Leadership Begins at Home Plate, conducted by Full Circle Consulting Systems. The discussion was led by athletes Hunter Green and Preston Pollard, who fascinated all the little kids who are on the Holly Park Little League team by talking about their own lives and the lessons they learned about how to overcome adversity and achieve. I was listening to some of the messages they gave, and one of them was, show me your friends and I'll show you your future, showing the kids that it's important for them to make friends who are positive people that to associate with. I also want to congratulate the leaders of the Holly Park Little League, Angela and Dewan Ray, for their foresight in understanding that coaching and team building also involves inspiring young people to improve their overall attitude. So Full Circle is available by invitation to give talks to any local teams, and they are giving out free baseball shoes and cleats to the attendees of the talks. I encourage the baseball coaches in the city to get in touch with them by contacting S. Green, that's SGREENE, at fullcircleconsultingsystems.org. And I also will give the information to Vaughn Norris, our Parks and Recreation Director, so that he can also give that information out to anyone who's interested. Speaking of the Holly Park, I want to congratulate Vaughn Norris and the Recreation and Community Services Department for pursuing the donation from Nancy Lieberman Charities, which will improve the basketball court at Holly Park. That's what we approved tonight. Thank you to Vaughn and the Recreation and Community Services Department. Thank you all for coming, and Happy New Year.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Councilmember Tayeda?
Well, Happy New Year to everybody. I had a wonderful December. I spent most of December with Santa Claus delivering gifts all over Southern California to children of our combat wounded, and ended up at the Navajo Reservation bringing a RV full of toys. Drove 1,300 miles, spent about $1,100 on gas.
Jesus.
But, you know, we've been talking a lot about veterans, and I'm that's my world that I live in. And the Navajo Reservation, just for a little bit of education, here in Southern California, our veterans have it pretty good. You know, you have a VA hospital within a few
miles.
Yeah, within 30 minutes, a veteran can go to a VA hospital or a clinic or a vet center. On that reservation, the nearest VA hospital is in Albuquerque, which is 3.5 hours. And so they're really an underserved community. We found some vets out there. We love going out there and spending time out there with them and learning more. You know, Mr. Peter, he's a wonderful guy. And, you know, sometimes, you know, good people can disagree, you know, about the importance to help veterans. This weekend, I had a session with a guy that's living in a car, looking for a place to live. Been in a car for, 90 days looking for a place to live. Another young girl that single mother of two, did 2 tours in Iraq and a tour in Afghanistan, going through a difficult time. These people are trying to make it on $1,800, $2,000 a month, you know. So anything that we can do to make life a little better for the veteran community, who should not be treated as second or third. In my opinion, they should be treated as number one, because they're the only people that are willing to die for all of us, you know. So very few other professions are willing to do that. And so much for the vet issue. I started the year, I had the pleasure on January 2nd to administer the oath to the Holly Park Association, which was very nice. I got a chance to spend some time with Darvis and Linda and, learn a little bit about that. They're a great bunch. And it was a real privilege to be able to do that. I wish that Gordon Migo would own the mall. That would, that would solve a lot of problems, you know.
That's a good one.
You know, that's about it. I hope that the significance of that project in Corderi is far-reaching, more so than people realize, because I keep thinking about that program about coffee with a cop, and what a great program that was. And that was an idea that was started here, and it is difficult to get housing started. Everybody uses the term shelter, which is wrong. Everybody uses the term transitional housing, which is wrong. You know, if cities take and create a small project like that and designate that to veterans and keep it simple, I know that other cities would take up that because everyone's looking to how to help veterans. They just don't know how. And a simple project like this, if it works out, it's going to be something that can go and it could be duplicated in many other communities. And the care for our veterans is not just a federal issue. That's a community issue. And communities have an obligation and a responsibility to make that happen. So much for, it's hard to keep me from talking about veterans. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mayor Pro Tem Montero.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Happy New Year to all of you. Yeah, again, December was a very excited month, because like Pat Donald said, her toys and food giveaway, Mr. Mike Toledo and the Wounded Warriors and going around the county. Again, Hawthorne President's Council at the city and Moneta Gardens, we help about 200 families and 400 children get toys and gift card to Target. So I tried to tell them to go shop on Target on 120 and Crenshaw, not on Rose Grand, because that is Lawndale. So I tried that to go to 120. Again, the Winter Wonderland was a fantastic event, thanks to Vaughn, the Parks, and the Parks and Recs Commission. Thank you, Ms. Balboa, for being there, and your other members. So it was a wonderful event for the family. So thank you for that, to see people coming together to see Santa and get toys. So thank you for that event. It was a wonderful thing. I did also attend the behavioral health service, the alcohol and drug program and a Christmas party, because they are right here in our community for the Pacifica House and Parent and BHS in Gardena. So, they help us out every year. Coming up tomorrow at 5 o'clock, we have the Census Complete Count Committee at the Polaris Room at Memorial Center. So 5 o'clock is the Complete Count Committee. Please show up, because I need all the neighborhood associations, the churches, the business, the schools to get involved on this Census 2020, because it's going to begin on March 12th. On March 12th, you can go online and do your census. 10 questions. From March 12th to April 1st, you can go online and do your census, because it's very important for us to count 100% of the city of Hawthorne, okay? A little bit of information on the Clean Power Alliance and Edison. For this year, 2020, you're going to get an explanation of your bill. See, they sent me one that have 18 pages, okay, that have Edison and the Clean Power Alliance. And what's going to happen is you're going to go to a so-called peak hours. So it's a time of use. So they're going to figure it out 12 months of your bill, and they're going to put you on the low, medium, or high peak use time. And this is have different amount of rate. So if that, for example, the highest peak is going to be from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. So what you want to do, you don't want to do your laundry or put your washing machine to work or your dishwashers. So you don't want to do that between 4 and 9 p.m. because that's going to be the highest peak and it will cost you more money. Okay? So when you got, and it's going to come slowly, but some of the business already start to get their bill explanation how this is going to work. Because now it's going to be time of use. So you're going to have 3 rates during the day, basically. If you use, like I said, from 4 to 9, you're going to pay higher rate. But if you use in the morning, it's a lower rate. Okay, so just keep in mind on that. So the Clean Power Alliance also, is going to have to adopt to the Southern California Edison. You might got some rebates coming up because, for example, this bill, I have no bill payment due because they rebate $31, something like that. So keep eye on your bill. And some of you, a lot of you now have paperless, right? You don't have no more bill coming to you. So you have to go online and check. Because if you see a spike on your bill, that means you're using electricity on the wrong time of the day. Okay, so you need, and especially those online bills, so make sure you read your bill because there's a lot of changes coming this year, 2020. Again, I want to congratulate Arnie and the Hawthorne Police Officers Association for another successful contract negotiation. So thank you for your vote of confidence, and we appreciate all the work that Arnie and you guys, the HPOA, put together to get this.
Actually, I
on
have
the
to
agenda.
thank you, Mr. Montero, but I have to thank our Hawthorne Police Officer Associations and all of our officers for their understanding and you know, their great performances, stellar performance also as well.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. And the other thing that I attended was the Hawthorne Lawndale Ministerial Association at the police office, at the police station, and the chief gave us a good news that the, believe it or not, the crime statistics is down by digital numbers. So congratulations to the Hawthorne PD and the chief for a job well done, so to keep those rates down. Okay. Again, you know, just be involved, and thank you very much. I appreciate the mayor appointing me, the mayor pro tem. I'll do my utmost work out there to represent all of us, because we are a team, right? We are a team, but like I said, we all of us have one vote. It doesn't matter the titles, but we come together and do things for you, the residents and our staff. So I'm very proud of all the head departments. We're doing an outstanding job right there. I've been getting a lot of feedback from people, and the police department, outstanding work, the detective, because I know you guys been busy every day. And I want to say that the Hawthorne is on the right track, and we're going to continue to see what that mall would bring us in this new decade, right? Because we have to say new decade, because we don't know if it's coming soon or later, but something will come, definitely. So keep your hopes high. And I will just say thank you very much. Happy Martin Luther King Day coming up. And remember, this year is very important. It's a new decade. We have census, we have elections, we have multicultural festival. So join the party. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I guess it's now my turn. Well, I want to get into the back and get to work on these closed sessions. So, but thank you all for being here. Thank you for all the people watching out on TV. Thank you for our staff. I'm glad that everybody is starting off the new year nice, healthy, and with a lot of energy, ready to rock and roll, as they say. There's a lot of great news coming to the city of Hawthorne very soon. I'm working on some stuff. All of my council members are working on things. So pretty soon you guys are going to be hearing some good news. You guys are going to be proud of being Hawthorne residents. So it's going to be good. Do we have anything else from anybody?
Can I have a backup for 1 minute?
Yeah, you can do a backup.
Because the guy brought about the homeless issue, and I wanted just to tell our residents that the Hawthorne City, through the Homeless Task Force and the South Bay COG Homeless Task Force, actually we met last Wednesday right there at the Memorial Center with about 16 different cities. That's what we're trying to come up with solution about dealing with the homeless issue in South Bay, and also right here at home in Hawthorne. So I brought the County of Los Angeles to the Hawthorne Lawndale Ministerial Association to give the pastors some ideas how to access money to be able to help the homeless. Because we of the city and the police department and the Parks and Recs alone cannot solve the problem. Homeless is an issue that affects all of us. And it will take us to give a hand to those individuals on the street to end homeless. So that is where I'm bringing all the churches involved, because I want them to get the money that we vote, the Measure H that we vote for county for the homeless money. Because Hawthorne, for example, they take about $4 million a year out of our tax dollars. So I want that money to come back to Hawthorne, to be able to come up with programs, housing, mental health, to help the homeless. And all of us together, that's the way we're going to solve the homeless issue. So thank you.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. City Attorney, I'm going to ask you items 24, 25, and 26.
We can combine item number 24 and 25.
26 has to be separate, and we have to
Yes.
come back out?
Yes.
Okay.
Right, let's go.
Do you anticipate these being long, just for the community's sake?
It depends on all of you.
What do you mean by that? Well, if you give us all the information correctly in the beginning, then okay. All right. All right, folks. So is anybody wanting to speak on the closed sessions? Okay. We all promised the city attorney not to bog him down with this whole meeting and stuff. So, okay. All right. So I will now recess the city council to be able to realize item number 24 and not number 25 closed session. meeting is called to order. We have met in a closed session for a conference pursuant to the agenda. On item 25 and 26, Mr. City Attorney.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, and the labor negotiator was instructed.
Okay, and I did say 24 and 25, right? So is there anybody wishing to speak on item number 26? If not, I declare oral communications close ordered. I will now recess the city council meeting to conduct a closed session for a conference pursuant to the agenda. We're in recess. session for a conference pursuant to the agenda. Mr. City Attorney?
Yes, it pertained to item number 26, the existing litigation involving Floyd Lucas versus City of Hawthorne, case number 19-CV04019. The mayor and all members were present during the closed session, and the council members unanimously approved the following. They approved a proposed settlement agreement with plaintiff McLucas. Secondly, they authorized the city manager to execute the settlement agreement. Third, they authorized the release of the settlement check to plaintiff and his attorney after the settlement agreement is executed. And four, to make the settlement agreement available to the public in the city clerk's department after the agreement is signed by all parties.
Okay, thank you everyone for being here. This meeting is now adjourned.
You